Peace and abundant blessings. Welcome to the Abundantly Ever After show, hosted by me. I'm Jovhannah Tisdale, the spiritual love healer. This is the first episode of 2024, and this is the year that I've dubbed the year of living abundantly ever after. And I'm calling it that because it truly is. Energetically, astrologically, things are shaping up in a way that is really supportive to you being able to obtain the love, the success, the life that you desire and deserve. And that is what living abundantly ever after is all about. Now, of course, this is what my life's work and my own personal journey is about and has been about. So this year I feel is going to be different with the podcast. I feel like there will be maybe shorter clips, and then expanding out into longer episodes and guests and things like that. So changes are coming. Right now, my schedule is really busy and I'm making time to do what I can. So here we are. What I want to share is, I was journaling earlier, did my daily divination practice. I did it at night because in the morning it's just the timing and everything. So we're in January. So November, everything in my life got shaken up, and that threw me off of my morning routine, which was, altar time, altar work, my divinatory journaling practices, writing in my journal, a lot of different things. And for a little over 2 months, I've not had that practice, and it has been so ungrounding. Though I do still, acknowledge my ancestors. I do what I can when I can, but not having that practice has been taking its toll on me. So I came and I sat in front of my altar and I did what I do. And as I sat here, literally, I could feel, it was almost not like ice melting, but I could just feel layers of something falling away. And I just heaved with this deep sense of sadness, almost allowing myself to release some guilt and resentment. One of the things that I'm really, really focused on this year is my 8-year-old Savvy. From the time I found out that I was pregnant with her, I knew the type of life that I wanted her to have, the type of mother that I wanted to be. And we were both robbed of that because of the lack of, I'm trying to find a way to say this so that, fuck it. Because her dad was a piece of shit. He was not the man that he portrayed himself to be. He was not the man that he said he was. He made a lot of promises, which I don't even blame him, because I take full responsibility, because I made the decision to put my trust, to invest in him when he didn't deserve access to me. So that really derailed my plans and impacted my life in a major way. I'm writing about that in a couple of books. So anyways, I'll talk about that in a second. Because of where I am now with the work that I do as a massage therapist, I've been able to really quantum leap and manifest some beautiful things for myself and my child. And yes, I have an older daughter. She is now officially a young adult, so I kind of take the reins off. So if you don't hear me talking about her as much, it's because she's not a minor that lives in my household, but I very much love her and she is very much my child. It's just, I have to allow her to spread her wings, but I'm always there for her. I'm always in her corner supporting her. She's starting her own she started her own beauty brand and business. And I'm so proud of the young woman that she is. And yeah, so there's a lot that we need to catch up on, but let me get back into what I was saying. So this year, because of everything that we've had to experience over the past few years, in 2020, 2021, I had to leave the home that I was renting because I was renting from a slumlord. There were some major issues that were impacting our quality of life and our health. So I had to move. And then, was that before or after the pandemic? It was during, but then it just seemed like everything was falling apart. Business, work, a lot of my clients, once it seemed like the world started opening back up, when the pandemic began to weaken, clients weren't as readily able or available to invest in working with me. So that really, again, it hit my pockets. So I took that opportunity to be like, okay, fine, I'm going to scale back. I paused from doing work as a spiritual love healer. I was trying different ways to reinvent my brand, and none of it was really working because it just wasn't aligned. And so, I was going to massage therapy school. It was something that I've always wanted to do, and I hit that goal. Just a lot of different things, but it really started with me, number one, truly and finally walking away from a demon, pursuing my goal, becoming a licensed massage and bodywork therapist, putting everything else on the back burner, allowing myself to heal, allowing myself to live. And so I feel that I'm in a very good, solid place where I want to be for me and Savvy. And so 2019, I was sitting like, okay, what are my goals? What am I going to focus on? And really the main thing that I want to focus on is parenting her and helping her heal. So I was sitting at my altar and I'm talking and I'm like, these are the things. And I just felt all of this sadness and this weight because of the realization that I had not been able to give her the life that she wants. And as a spiritual teacher, as a spiritual healer, I'm very much aware of developmental stages. The first 7 years of a child's life are the most formative. And unfortunately for her, they were nothing like I intended. And it's not for lack of trying. I also didn't have the best support systems. There's so many different factors that played into that. But one of the main things that I said that I was going to do is really focus on parenting, helping her to heal herself, making sure that she is, tapped in spiritually, making sure that she is where she needs to be with her self-love and her confidence, and even just having fun, doing all the fun little activities that a 8-year-old would want to do. And so we're in a space where we're able to do that. But one of the things that I have to let go of is that I cannot go back and change the past, right? And the moment that I just had by putting that on the altar, putting that out, I don't feel that weight on me anymore. So it was a level of healing that allowed me to release whatever that was and really step into 2024 with a clean slate and a clean focus. And unfortunately for a lot of people, that means they cannot come with me on this leg of my journey because it really and truly is about me and my girls. Anything outside of that is a big no-no. It's heavy on the no. It's me and my girls. That's it. Because looking back at a lot of the major tower moments in my life, the major times where things kind of just fell apart, there were people around me who could have stepped in, who could have helped, who could have offered a word of wisdom or a word of caution or a helping hand or just be like, are you all right? And a lot of times that shit didn't even happen. So I'm like, you know what? You don't get to stay connected to me in my winning season. And that's not to say like I'm cutting people off or they can never, I'll never talk. It's just like right now. And this is how my best friend, my sister, how she said it. She was like, you don't fully have your oxygen mask on. She's like, you're still trying to get it on. It's close. It's almost there, but you're still trying to put your own oxygen mask on. And I was like, yeah, because that's the rule. Like, you have to save yourself first before you can reach back and help anybody else. If everybody's knocked out because they couldn't put their mask on, nobody can help anybody else. And so I am in the season of heavy into my villain era. In a different episode, I'm going to talk to you about what my word of the year is. I thought it was going to be embodiment. I thought it was going to be movement. I thought it was going to be adventure. It's a whole nother word, and I love it. I love it. It's going to be a whole movement around that because it encompasses everything that I need to protect what is sacred to me and to protect what I am building, because we are in a season of living abundantly ever after, like heavy on being able to align with not even just romantic partners, but, networking, community, like harmonious and meaningful connections, whether it's romantic, whether it's platonic, whether it's professional, where you're able to amplify abundance in your life. Like, there's so many good things about this year, and I refuse to let anyone hold me back from obtaining everything that I desire and deserve. And so if someone's sitting around with hurt feelings, that's their problem. I'm not even taking that on. Not going to do it. Not today, not tomorrow, not any day, because I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the mental capacity. I don't have the emotional capacity. And I don't operate on that wavelength. If you're not out there, focused on whatever your abundantly ever after is, if you're not operating out of integrity, out of a place of elevation, of growth, of living in your healing, of transformation, like, I cannot rock with you. And that's the rule. I was on TikTok, which I shouldn't have been but I came across a TikTok that Voodoo Bae shared. And one of the things that she said is she left grace for other people in 2023. So I know it's not just me that is on this movement of like, no time for it, because there's something collectively and energetically about, for those of us who have been giving and helping and doing and trying, and people are just looking at us like, oh, she ain't shit. Oh, she's a failure. Ooh, this and ooh, that. Or, people always got something to say, but they're not being of any benefit or assistance to you. Like, all of that is getting cut out. Like, that we cannot continue to extend grace to people who won't even be decent towards you. It's like they say, like, if you touch the stove and it's hot, how many more times are you going to touch it? So I'm taking my hands off of all the hot things. And, I'm really just focused on, like I said, myself and my girls, because I have big goals and big dreams. And I've spent so much of my life people pleasing, dealing with trauma after trauma after trauma. And it's like, no more. Like, I've done all the healing that I needed to do from a lot of the things that were plaguing me, from a lot of the things that were keeping me stuck. And sometimes, honestly, a lot of times, it's generational shit. It's karmic. It's ancestral. It's things that you're not even aware of. Like, why do I keep doing this? And you find yourself back in the same cycle over and over. And it takes healing. And it doesn't have to be a forever process if you have the right people around you, if you're in the right environment. And I've always been blessed enough that when I have a major upset in life, like when I walked away from an abusive relationship, I was able to physically move away. And that is what allowed me to do the deepest healing work. When I left this past horrific demonic partnership, again, I was able to pick up and move away. I was living by the ocean. It was beautiful and I loved it. And I did all the healing that I needed to do. And then I was able to come back stronger, wiser, better, happier, healthier, whole, healed, complete, and living abundantly ever after. It was always my dream to live at the beach. I did that. And I can go back and do it again. I can go back anytime I want. It's a beautiful way. Like when I say living abundantly ever after, this isn't just a slogan. It is really what I am here to help other people do, because so many of us have been fucked over in life where we are still dealing with painful wounds from relationships, from childhood, from, whatever traumas, pains, heartbreaks, woundings, it's time to clear it out. If you're struggling with any of that, it's time to clear that out. That is what I am really bringing forward this year, is helping people alchemize that shit so that you can level up and tap into your abundance code, your inner rich priestess, and really experience life the way that the divine intended you to. Because the drama, the struggle, the trauma, the tears, the wounding, the sadness, the stuckness, the self-sabotage, that's not how it's supposed to be. The fake ass friends, the manipulative lovers, that's not how it's supposed to be. And we've been tricked and duped into believing that it is. So I'm here to say fuck all that, and we're about to switch it right on up. So if you are ready for some change, some elevation, definitely stay connected with me. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, The Spiritual Love Healer. Those will be in YouTube. I don't know what platform will be the main one. I'm just going to show up as I can, when I can, where I can. But I would say if I had to choose right now, probably Instagram. So make sure you're following me at The Spiritual Love Healer. Yeah, so focusing on parenting, motherhood, the relationship with my children, specifically my youngest, writing, and doing the work that I am here to do as a healer, which also includes massage therapy and my tarot readings. So I'll be opening up spaces for readings and stuff again really soon. Just all good things are coming. It's been time. I took a sabbatical because I needed to process, to clear my energy, to come to understanding. And it taught me a lot about the frequency of love, about spiritual love, and about why we're seeing so much chaos and contention when it comes to relationships. And it don't matter what type of relationship, because I'm seeing it within families, I'm seeing it within friendships, I'm seeing it within romantic partnerships, and it don't matter what gender is with who. It's just across the board in relationships. I really want to start talking more about that on a deeper spiritual level. But that will be things that I do more so inside of my community Loved. That's something else that I've been working on. Y'all know I've been wanting to have a community. So there's one place where I show up consistently, and that's going to be there. Inside of Loved, I decided to repurpose the Spiritual Love podcast. So that podcast is going to be exclusive for members of that community. And we're going to be talking specifically about love and relationships, even though some of the content, I'll still share things here, but going in a deeper dive on the podcast there. So that's coming soon. I love you, and I wish you Happy all the new things. Every day is a new day. It is a new opportunity, a new chance for you to say no to the past and to say yes to yourself, to say yes to your future, to say yes to love, to say yes to abundance in whatever form you desire it to show up in your life. And I just want to make sure that I continue to remind you of that, because you were not put here to struggle. One of the things that life has taught me the most is that when, you know, that saying like God, something about being one of God's strongest warriors, like you're always like, I used to hate that, but it's true. When you have a calling, a light, a mission, an anointing, whatever you want to call it, people will try you because they see you. And sometimes you can't even see yourself because of the programming or whatever self-limiting beliefs or lack of self-love. And you can't even see how beautiful you are. You can't see how blessed you are. You can't see how wealthy you are. You can't see how successful or how loved you are, because other people made it their mission to make sure you didn't know that so that they could steal your shine. And we're not letting anybody do that no more. So go ahead and get your sunglasses ready. Get whatever you need ready, because it's time to really live abundantly ever after. Thank you so much for tuning in. I would love for you to, like I said, connect with me on Instagram. That's where you'll be able to learn more about my offerings, as well as when the love community will officially be opened, and just all the things. Until next time, I love you. Peace.